What's going on? Welcome back to the blerd. God dang it. Every time I'd start out, I'm like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to knock it out. One take, one wonder, and then boom, flub right at the beginning. I could have just passed over, act like nothing happened, but y'all know that's not me. I got to talk about it. If it happens, I got to talk about it. I got to be real. Anyways, welcome to the BLERDDAD podcast. It's your boy, glennlawrence. I am back. I'm your host. And you know what we like to do here? We like to have unfiltered conversations and nerd out about fatherhood. And today we're going to do just that with one of my favorite people in the DC comedy scene. You know, I always am talking to these comedians because it's what I do. It's the people that I know, and they're very fun to interact with. So I can't wait to do that. But first of all, I got to just tell you what's going on in my life. And what is going on in my life right now is havoc. There's extreme havoc. This kid is waking up in the middle of the night crying for no, I don't know what, like he has to have a tantrum, and then you're like, what's going on? It's like, my teeth hurt. It's like, okay, well, you don't have to yell at us in the middle of the night screaming that. And remember that night before we woke up and you were singing Baby Shark in my face? What was that about? Because it's the same energy, it's high intensity, 5 a.m. So it's havoc. So I'm a little bit tired. So if there's a little crust in my eyes, that's why I'm waking up every night dealing with that. It's all right because I love him. You know what I mean? But if he could just take it down, and that's what I want to say. I want to, can you take it down a notch? Just can you tone it down just a little bit? And you know what his response usually is? He swings on me. He's like, I'm not taking it down. And for asking me, here is a right hook. Anyway, I gotta give a shout out to our sponsors. As we always do, it's theymademewearit. They are an amazing husband and wife team that is on a mission to get your pet fitted in the latest fashions and help their fashionable side come out. They work tirelessly to do that. So whether you need some comfortable jammies, a Halloween outfit, bar mitzvah attire, whatever you have going on, they can get your pet outfitted in it. Anklets, bracelets, necklaces, socks, booties, sweaters, whatever you have, they have it. It's a smorgasbord of clothing for your pet. You should check them out. Theymademewearit. And just know that every time that you order something, some of those proceeds are going to Hope for Paws, which is an animal rescue organization that works tirelessly to get these pets and animals off the mean streets, because you know it's hectic out there. We got to make room for all the homeless. Now, if you use code word blerd, it's going to be 15% off at checkout. So you're going to get your pet outfitted in the latest fashions, and it's going to be amazing. And you're going to help take some pets off the mean streets. So you're doing a good deed as well. With all that said, let's get to our guest for today. It is Mr. Schewitz Whichard. Whichard, I believe is how you say it. I practiced that, and you know, I think I got it right. But if you are wondering, it's pronounced SHEV-its WI-cerd. He's from Alexandria, Virginia. His comedy is unique as his name. He's a veteran traveling comedian whose quick wit, interactive, and engaging style makes audiences feel like it's a tailor-made show for them. He's appeared on Wild Out Wednesdays with Roland Martin, Open Mic with Reese Waters, and he's got 5 daughters, which is why I was like, I got to talk to you, man. How are you doing it? How are you handling it? How do you look so young with so many kids? So if you're looking for a host, that's your man. He can do wedding toast, comedy roast, all of it. He's got savvy style. He's effortless in his deliveries, and he's always on time. He will have audiences in the moment with his one-liners and funny stories. He's one of the most requested comedians that you don't know. And that's true. I've requested him for this podcast for that very reason. And you will never forget his name. So I need you to buckle your seatbelt and enjoy the ride as we talk to my buddy, my friend, Mr. Schewitz Whichard. What's going on, brother? What's happening?
What's up? It sounded like you was really motherfucking making that up as you was going along. And if I didn't know that was my bio, I would have been like, "Oh shit, man, he's talking some real good stuff about me."
Hey, listen, I try to be just as real as you on stage. You know what I mean? I want it to seem effortless, like it's just coming up right off the top of the head. But you know what? This is good copy. It's a good bio. But I try to make it seem like it's real in life. I feel like that's our style. You know what I mean? When we get on stage doing comedy, it's a very much like, oh man, it just so happened I was thinking about this, and then you know, try to make it real and lifelike. I really love that style, and I really love what you do with it. You know, it's you know, really respected. And
thank you.
Yeah, and I look up to you, like I'm looking up to you right now in the camera. I look up to you as a comedian.
Oh, you're taller than me too, so that's amazing. That is really amazing.
What's going on, man? How you been? How you doing?
I've been good, man. Been good. Just woke up, been out all night, hanging out, in the grind, in the life,
Yeah.
yeah, so I heard you when you were saying it on your intro. You said when you try to tell your kids something, you start beating you.
he's in the stage now where he starts swinging. He's and I what is funny because when I was younger I was a little bit of an aggressive cat, you know what I mean? Like, I was known
Right.
to strike first, and it's just funny seeing that in his demeanor now, because if he gets mad, there's only seconds before he lashes out. So when you tell him no, he's like, no, and then he's like, what?
So you got a countdown after that. No,
You
4,
gotta
3,
count
2.
down. And
Yeah.
you know what's interesting? He's tall for his age. He's big for his age. So I've been like, oh, I can see where this is going. So I've already gotten in the gym. I'm like, hold up, I can see where this is going. You already aggressive. I got to make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's. I got to get my hands right. I got to make sure I'm strong enough.
How old is he?
He's 2.
2. Oh man, you not chopping him in the throat yet?
Was that?
Yeah, not chopping him in the throat yet.
Nah, man. I take the tact. I try to explain things to him because his energy, he takes it up a notch. So that means when I respond to him, I gotta be lower, because if you constantly are trying to be on his level, like he's yelling and you yelling at him, then all of a sudden it just keeps going up and up. So I'm like, all right, you're up here, dad's down here. I mean, I'm still strong. I'm still going to snatch you up. And then I've noticed there's been a change. There's a change in his attitude.
What's the name of this book you read, man?
Nah, this is just the opposite of how I was raised. That's
what I was going to say. That sounds like some old Dr. Spock ass shit.
You know what?
He's up here, and if I don't match his energy, and then he'll come down to where I am.
It's not from a book. It's just from observation. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do reverse psychology because
I already told you pluck the little motherfucker.
Yeah, no, he's got to get plugged. He's got to realize there's a little bit of energy and force behind with dad. He'll listen to me. It's just when he wakes up and he's all discombobulated, you don't know what's going on. He's like he's like yelling, and then
I promise you, if you pluck him on the back of the ear one good time, then every time he get on your nerves, all you got to do is go like this next to his ear, and he gonna straighten up.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm telling you, that's a tack that I use. It is 100% accurate. And now I just gotta cock it. Just gotta cock the pluck finger, and he's already like, all right, let me straighten up. Let me fix myself.
Got one in the chamber for your little ass.
I want in the chamber.
Yeah. I'm talking shit because I had, what I'm saying, I didn't have boys. I got boys now, but I didn't have boys growing up, and raising boys. I raised daughters, as you heard, 5 of them, and I couldn't chop them and pluck them and stuff. They turned me to a straight sucker.
Yeah. So what was that like coming out? Having, because you get one, and then you get like another one, and then you get the third one. You like, what is going? What is going on? But did you notice a difference in yourself when like how you thought you would raise a kid versus what happened when you first had the little ladies?
Yeah. First of all, I wasn't privy to have the luxury like you. Let me shut this door. I didn't know my son was gonna be out here. Mowing the lawn. Yeah, I didn't have one, and then then 2, and I ended up with 2 daughters on the same day. So I didn't have. And look, and then 4 years apart. So
wait, explain that math, because I'm trying to add it up.
Okay, I had what's the word we use in that? Entanglement. I had an entanglement.
Okay.
And there came up in a time where it was free love. Didn't have to wear protection or whatever. Long story short, I had a baby. Came, probably didn't know the mom. It was one night thing. At a club.
Right.
Whatever. Ended up seeing her again, and she told me, "You got a kid," and I'm like, "I don't have no kids." And she was like, "Yes, you do. You got a kid." I'm like, "I don't have no kids." Boom. Told me I got a 5-year-old daughter. So that day, I tell my then girl, I just found out I got a 5-year-old daughter, great turn 5. And she was like, "Oh, well, I'm pregnant now." So I went to the club with no kids and left with 2.
Wow.
So that, like I said, so now let's talk about the third one, first one, first, third, first. But that's how you get paid, right? The first and the third,
The
third
first and the third, yeah.
right. No, but yeah, the third one, when I was like, damn, another girl. And then it just became a challenge. Like, I want a boy, I'm gonna have a boy. And it seemed like every time they came out of that damn delivery room with that pink hat on, I was mad as hell because I wouldn't go. I went to the delivery room on the first one, and I found out I wasn't the type to be in the delivery room because I throw up and faint and do all that type of
Oh, wait. So, okay, hold on. So you're a I don't know what you would call that. Like you got a queasy, I guess is what you would call it.
Yeah, queasy, squeamish, whatever. There's a whole bunch of wild words for it. Nah, but I'm not. That was the only thing. I was good watching everything else. Watching it get big and being ruined and all that. I was good with that. But it wasn't until Dr. Winters said we did something, and next thing you know, the afterbirth slid out. I was
all that. Yeah.
Just thinking about it now.
You know what? What's funny? Because Miss Nicole Rivers, I had her on. I was talking to her, and she was like, I know you think you did something, Glenn, because you was in the delivery room, but you ain't do nothing. And I'm like, hold up. I was in there. I watched the whole thing.
The whole while, wasn't you?
Exactly. She was doing the whole thing. I was like, hold up. I feel like I did do a little something. I feel like I put in a little work because I watched I saw the little head pop. Like I saw it was vagina, and then it was top of the head. And it was like
Joe kept playing double dutch with you. Just kept jumping in and out.
Back and in. And I was like, wow.
Here's Johnny. No. Here's Johnny.
He kept going. But you know what? I was there for the whole thing. So it's funny when you watched it, you get to see vagina disappear because it's vagina, and then all of a sudden it just opened up, and then it's just a because he had hair, so you just see a little toupee pop through.
That's hilarious.
And it looks like a totally different thing. It doesn't look like what you used to.
I don't think nobody ever referred to it as disappear.
The vagina disappeared. It was still there, but it wasn't there.
I want my old vagina back.
That's what happened. It was there, and then it wasn't there, but it was still there. It was just totally different. And then I was the first hands that touched them. You know what I mean? I saw the afterbirth. I saw the little, they swiping it away, and I didn't get squeamish or like, ugh. I was just like, all right, I'm in here, and I was, being supportive. And then Nicole was like, yeah, you think you was doing something, but you ain't doing. I was like, I feel like that's a lot because I've talked to multiple dads who have been like, okay, when you're in the delivery room, just breathe because it's a lot when you're in there. And I was like, I got this. I'm good. I'm what?
Oh yeah. Like the first time when they said the water broke. My water broke. I rushed to the hospital. Man, by the 5th one, water broke. I still stayed at the club. I partied. Know what I'm saying?
We got time.
I'm telling them when they're gonna have the baby. Your water broke at 6:35. You're not gonna have that joint about 2 in the morning. I'll see you about midnight. You've been up, but I'm the best. I'm the best while you're in labor.
Okay.
I'm the best person in bed to have while you're in labor. Once the doctor come and break that little piece of the table down,
yeah,
break that little, put you in the jaw. I was like, yeah, that's what I go outside the room and just listen and wait for the motherfucker to say, then I go in there after that. But they always got that little fucking pink hat on.
Yeah, man. It was it was a little different for us because we had the baby at the crib. We had a home birth, so we was doing the old school style. We just had the midwife and all that to pop out. So then I don't know, maybe
the midwife. You're about the closest you get to a threesome. That's why they call her midwife, because she's between you and the wife and shit. You know what I mean? So
I did not know that. Now, something that I do know because I did watch a special which is called Off the Highway. By the way, I I'm a supporter. I got the shirt and everything.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, support. But I do know that you had the 5 daughters, and you happened to give them a very special present each, different mom. So
yeah.
So Was it differences like when you're in the delivery
Yeah, it was
room in the labor
different.
room
One
where
of them
you
was short, one was thick, one was skinny,
what?
one was black, one was white.
Well,
You know what
wait,
I mean? Yeah, there was differences. Oh, you talk.
when you're in the delivery room, are you like now you need to stop acting like that? The other one didn't act like this. Like
Nah, I had the same thought every time, which was fuck. The hell am I gonna do tomorrow? just shorten my life up again. God damn, what was I thinking? I need to wear a condom.
oh man. But you know what?
But I know because I don't want to just glance over it because people is more or less like, you know, he just say he got five different women. I just we can't just glance over that part. There's a legitimate reason being that I don't date women with kids.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, when you have a kid, you know, that's when we break up. You know, damn, that is mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's even more reason to break up because it shows that you're very irresponsible.
Hey, listen.
In the beginning, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be real with them. You
right,
gotta
so
be
your
real
life
with them.
decisions
Like,
is real fucked up. And I'm looking for a life partner and a soulmate. And you know, you just out here randomly having babies by dudes.
Yeah, I mean, you know that shows poor judgment. You know, and I apologize, but I can't be around somebody for that long that shows that much poor judgment.
You knew the rules.
Oh man, but that's it's a good rule to have. It's a good rule to keep. Here's some because I had a baby when I don't know what your age was when you had, but mine was
20 was the
40.
first one.
You were 20, you were 21, but I was 40 having the first one or whatever. And so now I'm like old and he's like young. And I'm like, damn, I gotta keep my energy up because he's got that youthful energy. And when you're 40, the energy levels are off.
You know, I used to ask myself, like when I used to watch Maury, my kids out of control, can you help me? You know, and all that stuff. And I used to always try to figure out, you know, what happened? You know, how does it get to this point? Then I realized there's people having babies at 40. You know what I'm saying? By the time the baby 15, nigga, you 65. You getting your ass whooped.
It's so true, man. It's so true. It's so true. And I noticed that. I was like, man, I don't have as much energy as I used to have. But it told me that I need to get in the gym, get fit. Because there are people who are like 60 and something, and you think, dang, you 40 or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying to be one of them. I'm not trying to be one of the 60s who look like they 60.
But I'm talking shit, man, because my last one, I was 40.
Oh, you still popping them out?
Yeah. Well, I was 39. My mother said, do you know, she say shit real condescending and shit, do you know when your baby turn 1, you'll be turning 40? That's a shame, Schewitz.
That's a shame.
All right. I still got it, player. Ain't no wrong with her, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
it's a shame for who?
But the difference is the oldest one and the youngest one. You know, like I said, you know, the one she's 17 now. The difference between them is now I'm raising her more like a grandparent, and that's what the oldest daughter says. You know what I'm saying? This is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, we would have been this and that for that. And I'm like, you know, y'all was my measuring sticks. You know, y'all was my, my trial and error. You know, y'all taught me that all this shit she does when she's like 5 to 11, 12, you know, ain't even important. I'm just going to keep on repeating myself talking. However, I'm saving my energy from 16 to 22. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all taught me that's when shit gets shady. And then they look at each other and be like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good tip, like the small things that you think are important, like don't do that. And then you constantly in their ear. And by the time you're older, you're like, that thing is not going to be that important. What I really need to look out for is, you know what I mean?
Then they like, man, by the time you done did all that, stop running, get down, don't jump on that, put that back, clean up after yourself. By the time you do all that shit, when you start getting to the real shit, they're like, this motherfucker always bitching.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you take all that out, and just pluck the shit out of them every time they do something like that.
And to tighten up.
Yeah, then save the bitches for some real conversations, because I learned, man, that I know you got a son, but it ain't nothing more powerful to a daughter to be able to say, I mean, you hurt me with that one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm really fucking crushed. Just give me, just give me a, I'll call you back. I'll see you in a minute. Just give me a second to get over that. I'm so fucking crushed. And then as soon as I get off the phone or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, I'm just saying, you got to learn the game and stuff. Bro.
Yeah. Nah, it's funny because I do tell the wife that I'm like, hey, listen, if you are correcting them too much, they're going to end up tuning you out, and then everything that you do that might be useful, they're going to tune that out as well.
Yeah.
So
I learned that firsthand.
But wait, she gets upset sometimes because he'll be acting crazy, and I'll just be sitting there, and then she'll be like, I gotta fix it, like what are you doing? And I'll be like, listen, look, I'm playing the long game. I'm playing chess right now. You may think I'm not paying attention to what he's doing, but I am, and I'm just being aware of when it gets to that level that I need to make a corrective action. You know what I mean? Like, I give him a big sandbox to play in.
Because your argument relatives, I tune out right at that point. When you start bringing your argument relatives in, Schewitz, you should know, skip school because you skip school, it brings a certain pattern. Now I'll catch that. But then when you go into cuz,
right.
Cuz, I don't need to know all them cousins. I don't need to know all them. Keep all the cousins, keep all the cousins, because that's by the time I tune out. And I was petrified of my dad, but at a certain time, I'm tuning out. I mean, I would tune out to the point, man, where you can just actually see me drift off daydreaming and start smiling and laughing at something I'm thinking of in my head. You know what I mean? So he clearly know I'm not listening at this point. I done tuned out. And then
you get one connection point. You know what I mean? When you're getting chastised, you get one connection point. It's like, hey, don't do that, blank. And that's it. That's the thing.
Man, this Bama used to fuss for like 3 hours, man. You standing at attention for 3 hours listening to this shit. And I'm like, only thing I remember was when you first started and you said, don't do that because XYZ. And then when you start bringing all your scenarios and all that other stuff and look, and your interactions, and then you try to sugarcoat that shit and try not to make yourself seem as bad in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I get tired, man. I was so glad when I started smoking in this. Oh, shit, this motherfucker just fussing. So I took that out of my game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In my child raising, I took that out of my game. Now I just say the coldest shit that I can, fucking say to him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you keep doing that, you probably gonna end up at a job where you asking for motherfucking fries or you're asking for goddamn tips. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm trying to teach you not to do two things: get on the back of a nigga motorcycle and get on a pole. Stay off both of those. That's my job. Both of them will kill you.
I feel like if you I think if you talk in riddles, then they have to figure out those riddles, and that takes all the energy out of misbehaving.
Not with girls.
Not with girls don't work the same way. I know it worked like that with me, with my step pops or whatever. He would say something.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because country slang, and I'd be like,
because he talks in riddles. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to talk in riddles. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't work for me. I don't got time to figure this shit out. Tell me what you need me to know. Like now, me and my wife, she bought me 3 boys, and it's like she tells them motherfuckers shit to do pinpoint,
oh yeah,
clean up the kitchen, dry the dishes, clean out the sink.
Yeah. And
I'm like, they gotta know that by now. I heard you tell them that, 4 times, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, then I go down there and I'm like, look at the sink. Oh my God, why is it so wet in here? And she'll say, because you just told them to clean up the kitchen.
Yeah. See, look, I am 100% on your wife's side. I know what that is because I used to be the same way. If you didn't give me the direct and accurate description of what you wanted, you're liable to get anything. So it's funny because my mom would my stepdad would be like, I told them kids to come back in by the time the light came on, right? And then she was like, did you tell them a time? And he's like, no. He's like, did you tell them what light? And then he's like, no. And she's like, they gonna come in whenever, whenever they ready. And what do? We came in exactly when we wanted to. He's like, I told y'all to be on by the time of the light. And he's like, well, you didn't say what time and you didn't say what light. And then she was just standing back like, I told you, you gotta be accurate and clear.
We thought that meant come in before the light go back off.
Right. Well, there's a light that blinks on and off. So it was on and it was off. It was on and it was off.
Right. Once it comes on, that's our timer.
That's our timer. You know what I mean? We go by when it stays on.
Yeah, once it comes on, then as long as it's still on when we come home, that's what you said. And that's
clear and accurate directions, I feel like, is very important to get them to do what you want. So that there's no ambiguity. You can't have any ambiguity. You know what I mean? Like, listen, this is I know you got, and you stood back when I said ambiguity. I mean, you can't confuse them. You type it. Hold on, let me spell
type this so I don't remember that ambiguity.
No ambiguity. You got to be very clear and direct with what you are saying. And I know that was how I was. People need
Where
to be.
Where did you get that word from, man?
The dictionary. I have a very extensive vocabulary.
I got a stupid vocabulary too, fucker. You ain't had to say it like
why you gotta get
very
listen, don't get upset with me. I'm just trying to teach you the new words. Why you get mad at me for teaching you a new word?
Because usually, I mean, like I said, I got the stupid vocabulary too, and I can say, oh, we get it from the dictionary, but I'll be lying like shit. Because this is how I get my words from people like you that say this shit. Now I need you to tell me what it is, and I'm gonna try to use it at least 4 times next week.
Hey, listen, I will look if we go to a mic and we're on the show together, and I hear you use that word. I'm be like, hey, I gave him that. You know how other comedians are like, I gave him that bit. I'm be like, I gave him that word. I gave him ambiguity.
Yep. And I'm like, that's when me and him was talking, and it was ambiguity doing this motherfucking show. And then I need him to come out here and start this individuality.
Yeah, there we go. Look how quick you caught on to it, though. You caught on.
Smith.
But that's what it is, man. You got to be very clear and direct. What did Sun Tzu say? The art of war. It's like if directions are not clearly understood, then it's the role of the captain, and if directions are clearly understood, then it's the role of the general, or something like I don't know. See, I don't know where the quote came from, but it's something like that.
Yeah, and me and one of my best friends that I grew up with got in a fight and not talking to this day.
Oh wow!
Because of that book.
You know what? It's also because of the ambiguity. It's the ambiguity that y'all have in your discussion that has caused this rift.
Then when I found out about the ambiguity with him, it was a whole bunch of other stuff, so
you need to call him up now. See, look, I'm gonna try to bridge this friendship. You need to call him up now and be like, listen, I don't want no more ambiguity between us. I just want to clear up the miscommunication that we had.
I'm good. But the thing was, because he wanted me to read that book because I'm a reader.
Uh-huh.
That's why I keep teasing you, where'd you get that from?
Right.
What book you read that out of? Because I read, and he kept saying, man, you need to read The Art of War. But I'm the type of person, I don't do what the masses is doing.
Okay.
So for instance, when everybody was watching Scandal and Game of Thrones and all that, I wouldn't watch it just because everybody else is watching it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I used to watch Power. Soon as everybody started watching Power instead of Empire, I stopped watching Power because I refuse to be herded. So if he would have just said, yo, man, read The Art of War by Shinzun, whatever the guy's name is, I would have, okay, cool. But he kept saying it. Did you get the book yet? No. Then he went and got it and bought it for me. It came to my house and got mad because it was sitting on my bookshelf and I still hadn't read it. Now he wants me to read the book. I'm mad. I'm telling you, take the motherfucking book back then. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I spent the money for you to read it. If I got a copy of it. And then you're gonna give me a timetable to read the book. Like, Yeah, you got to read this book. I'm gonna come back and quiz you, and if you ain't read, I say what? Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying it started to sound like a threat. What? I don't know. I said, but this is my book, right? Yeah, this is your book. You don't want it back at all. No, this is my book. Yeah, I threw it in the trash right in front of him.
Oh wow.
Nigga jumped right on me.
You listen. I feel like that is an extreme. That's an extreme.
Look,
That's an extreme solution. Couldn't you have just bent the cornerback?
look. So I won, and then and then I realized the art of war, whether it was a mental art of war or a physical art of war, without me reading the book, I won.
There you look. There you go. Now you listen. You could have taken that book out of the trash and then read it, and then you could have figured out how you beat him. Because it's like when you play chess, and then you all of a sudden end up winning. You're like, how did I end up winning? And then you're like, oh, hey, let me go study what I did. Oh, okay, I'm gonna read chapter. Oh, that's what I just did to him.
Never psychoanalyze yourself. Chalk up the victory and move to the next battle.
I like okay.
Because then you'll start saying, oh man, then I should have did something different. And then you'll try to go in for the kill quicker next time. And next thing you know, it's kind of like dealing with a heckler. You know what I mean? You know, you got to be heckled a couple times so you can learn how to lay back, you know, and find a couple good punches and all that. However, some of your best heckler jokes for hecklers came from hecklers.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to wait. You got to wait. And, but if you're like, okay, every time I say this is slay. Every time I say this is slay. And then with the day that it don't, you're like, oh, damn.
What I do now?
I got to analyze myself. Now I got to wait. And nah, fuck that.
You know, and you know, it's interesting though, because kids will make that happen to you because you'll have like a technique while you're raising them, right? And then all of a sudden one day it's just different. They just change and they got a whole new little makeup, whole new little thing that they're doing. Because we thought we had the sleeping thing down. We were talking to other people like, yeah, man, this is how you do it. This is how we got them all. And then all of a sudden it just flipped, and now he's doing a whole new thing that we're like, oh, we got to figure out how to do this now. How we going to handle this? Because every step of the way, it's like you figure it out, and then they like, all right, now I'm gonna switch it up. I'm a 180.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah.
You saw the calm before the storm.
Yeah. 100%.
Now I will say I got better, you know, every time, and I guess I'll say the hands-on stuff with the kid, you know, but you know, as far as, you know, like the mental and emotional stuff, you know, each child gonna bring his own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they say when you have a pet, you know, your pet trains you, you know, your child raised you. My oldest daughter, no bullshit. When she see things that I do, you know, and, you know, moves I make, you know, with the baby, you know, the baby girl, she always like, I raised him so good. Look how he getting so big. You know what I'm saying? Because she know that she was my trainer ground. But at the same time, you know, when you got different personalities, you know, you got to cater to the different personalities. But when I got better at stuff like you just said, helping them sleep through the night and all that type stuff, you know, man, by the time I got them home, and you know, they say, don't give them nothing but milk, you know, until they're 1 or whatever. Right. I'm putting rice in your bottle the day you come home. That joint going to be scorching hot, too hot for me to drink. And man, I used to just give my daughters the bottle, and you just see them just, and they sweating and shit. And then I wrap them up, you know, like that same little, you know, Indian wrap that they gave, like an obi, you know,
like Yoda.
No, that's a word you can use in Scrabble. OBI. Look that up.
Oh.
Yeah, you can use that with a Scrabble. They'd be like, oh, that's some bullshit. Nah, that's a real word, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna type it out. Hold on, what did you say? Obi? How you spell that?
OBI. It's like a satchel that you wear to put the baby in, the old Aztec type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know when the baby come out at the hospital, oh, that's right, you had yours, you know, at the club. Yeah. But yeah, I said, yeah, at the club. No, but you know, they wrap them up in a blanket, you know. And so once I wrap them up and feed them that bottle with that little rice in it, man, people coming over trying to play with the baby, and 2 days later, you know,
Oh, right.
wake her up, wake her up, nobody.
Nah.
So as you wake up, I know it's time for a bath and all that. Fill up the kitchen sink with some nice warm water, give her a bath. You know, I learned stuff like that. Like, don't buy that little baby tub, you know what I'm saying? And put the big tub, a little tub inside the big tub and all that. You know, clean the kitchen sink, put a little ass in the kitchen sink. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just little stuff like that, you know, just like this y'all first kid, I'm pretty sure y'all a little cautious. You know
Of
what
course.
I'm saying? You know, the little baby bumpers around the house. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, don't shut your finger and all that. I can't wait for them to do that at this point in my child gearing. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for them to do it because I call those smart pills. You know what I'm saying? Like be jumping up and down on the couch and mother be, get down, oh my God. I already know she can't hurt herself from this far up because her mind ain't gonna let her do but so much that she can take. So when she falls, she gonna fall, and she can stand that. Get her out the kitchen. I don't want her to touch the oven is on. She's not gonna keep her hand on that oven long enough to burn it. You know, but the sooner you let her touch that oven, the sooner we don't have to worry about it no more. These are smart pills.
I feel like that's why we need mothers, because there's sometimes when this is the tack that fathers take, like they gonna learn, and then sometimes they do something unexpected. You're like, oh, I guess he was going to keep his hand on there a little longer.
It can't.
It's good that mom stopped him from doing that.
What they call that? Your persistence.
But have you ever met somebody with one hand and you be like, how'd you get one hand? Because I burnt it off touching the oven because dad did stop me. Mom would have stopped me, but dad was watching me that day and he just let me burn the whole joint off. He thought I was going to take it away and I didn't. For some reason,
your whole hand off.
Hey,
listen. You know what? You got a whole different problem with that child at that point.
Listen.
If that child kept his hand on that oven door long enough to burn the whole hand off.
I think your experience is coming from having girls up front. With these boys up front, they are reckless. Now
I was the world's best uncle until I had girls. You know what I'm saying? I got never all of them same man. I used to send them home. Mother have the little boats. The nuts that go around the bolts, got them jokes stuck in their nose, and all types of stuff. I used to send them home. Wow. You know what I mean? Because I ain't watching. Now, one thing, when my sister finally found the nut stuck in his nose, and it was perfectly up in there, and she just kept hearing him like. And so she looked and she was like, this motherfucker got a nut stuck in his nose. You know what I mean? So she said she was trying to pull it out. I said, well, you should have looked and saw what size it was. Got a screw. It screwed up in there.
Wait, did you know? You didn't know it was in there, or you did?
I didn't know it was in there. The little badass bastard would have found it from somewhere and stuck it up his nose.
Yeah, they're reckless.
Because, like I said, I'm giving them smart pills. Now he's 33 now. You think he ever put another nut in his nose?
I would hope not, but I got a lot of friends who have boys, and sometimes they just keep doing the thing. Like it takes them multiple times.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Now, boy might touch it more than once.
Yeah,
because he's touched it when it wasn't hot.
Yeah.
So now he's keep gauging and testing when it's hot and when it's not. But a girl, she gonna touch that motherfucker one time, and then as you see, when you get married, they don't cook.
That's it. Was it a shock for you doing the boys versus the girls when you were raised? Were you like, hold up, this is different than I remember? It was.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. When they, like I said, with my nephews and my sons now, and the ages my nephews was, because like I said, I dealt with babies, what I'm saying, my whole life. I got aunts and uncles that's younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I come from that type of family.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So it's always a baby around. So it wasn't hard for me to, I guess I'll say, be attentive and cater and know the importance of a baby by the time I had my own. You know, I already knew that. You know, I already knew that. You know, the patience and all that. You know, but what made it fun for me is now these are mine. You know, so now I could do, a little extra shit.
Yeah.
I only plucked your child once. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like it worked.
But I get to pluck by it every day. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I only yelled at your child, pinched your child once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just you can put a little bit more energy behind the discipline when it's yours. You could
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but I'm gonna let you know right now. I got a rule. I don't watch no kids I can't beat.
Mm.
And if I send mine to your house, feel free. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I
that's the
feel
rule,
like
man.
the terminology is I feel like beat is strong. I feel like you can discipline. You can discipline.
What is they going to respond to? You want me to discipline your ass, or do you want me to beat your ass?
Which one would you rather? Discipline sounds like you gonna be in trouble for longer.
Right.
Beating sounds like if you can bob and weave, you could maybe
Right.
be able to avoid it.
But ironically enough, I my daughter, she'll tell you, nigga probably hit me one time, and that's because she threw a temper tantrum on her way to school, and I was like, oh, and spun her around so quick and tapped on the butt a couple times that she was like,
Wait, what was that?
okay,
Yeah.
I still got to go to school after this, you know what I'm saying? Because she wanted to wear shorts to school, and it's wintertime, and you're in kindergarten, and what is that under your jacket? Those are shorts already in kindergarten?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, so I went on ahead but like I said, now it's, damn, I ain't even think you would do that to me, Slim. You know what I'm saying? Damn, dude, I thought we was better than that. I think I was calling them bro before the kids was calling us bro. Damn, bro, that's how you did the old guy. You know what I mean? Okay, just look, the stuff I tell you, if I lie to you, it can get you killed. If you lie to me, you can't do nothing but break my heart. But hey, it's cool. It's just not fair.
That's how you gotta live life.
If I don't tell you the truth, you can get hurt out there in the world. If you don't tell me the truth, you're gonna break my heart. So
that's accurate. Like there's wisdom that we have that'll help keep you alive, keep you functioning. So it's you're at a disadvantage. Like, look, I mean, I feel like some parents do lie to their kids. That's why I just try to be truthful and upfront. Everything that he does, everything that I explain to him, I say it in normal, clear words. So there's no ambiguity. I say it in normal, clear words. So it's just like he can understand what I'm talking about. Like I don't do the baby talk or the none of that. I'm just like, hey, put that down and move that over there. And he picks up. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's no like Google Gaga. Oh, the baby wanted to come here to bit. No, none of that. Ever since he was born, it's just straight. Hey, daddy's here. We gonna have a heart to heart. Stop all that crying.
Hey, come here, little nigga. What you feel? What you feeling? What's going on with you right now?
You gotta psychoanalyze it.
Move your bottle and your passy out the way and talk to him.
You know what's funny? When he was young, I did put his bottle in his hand. I was like, you hold your own bottle. And he was holding his bottle from like 2-3 months old. He was holding his bottle. Because I was like, no, we are not holding your bottle. You hold your bottle. And he grabbed his little hand. He wasn't even using his thumbs yet. He just grab it and just
cut it. You teach him like this, you know what I'm saying, to hold the back of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you teach them like this.
They hold it up.
The back of the bottle.
There you go.
Yeah. Look, by the time I did that, next thing you know, come in there, they holding it like this, just, but that's the type of stuff I want to get done quick. Because that means I get back to the football game quicker.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, check it out. Before we let you go here, we always like to ask our participants the blerding question, which is, what do you like nerding out about? What is the thing that if they came up to you and said, Schewitz, what you like, and you could go hours talking about it, what do you nerd out about?
Probably live performances. That's probably something people don't know about me. I like opera. I like plays. I like Broadway shit. I like that way more than I do. I'd rather go to a Broadway play than to go to the movies.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I like anything live. I, you know, going to see the Wizard of Oz, you know, on the what you call it, Kennedy Center lawn with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra playing live for every piece of the score.
Oh wow, that is pretty amazing. I'm actually interested. I'm actually interested to know what your favorite is. Oh, hold up, you cut out for just a second, but we'll grab you back. That's interesting. I like live performances as well. However, every time I go see them, I feel like I have been drugged, or not drugged, not drugged as in they dragged me, as in no, I've been drugged as in they dragged me, not as in they slipped something in my drink. But I've been drugged to it, and then I've always enjoyed it, except for Hamilton. Hamilton popped up on Disney Plus, and I was like, "This is amazing." That's probably my favorite live performance. Watching my most favorite play. There's other ones, you know, Death of a Salesman, and what else has been out there? Cats was amazing. But wait, what's your favorite play that you?
Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of the Opera,
and then Wicked.
Okay. Have you seen Hamilton? Did you like Hamilton?
Yeah, I liked it. It was all right. It was fast paced. It was energetic and all that, but you know, I liked it.
You like the slow build better than the
yeah. I like Quentin Tarantino movies. You know, I like the conversation. You know, give me 30 minutes of conversations and then 5 minutes of action.
Like little action. Yeah, right. Yeah. You like to figure out what they doing, and you know what I mean, how they moving. You know what? Yeah. You know what that is?
What's that?
If they made The Art of War into a movie, you would have watched it.
Right.
Your boy's trying to get you to move the book. He didn't know he had to change the medium that he had to get you to.
Yeah, live action jump. But yeah, that's what I nerd out about. You know, stuff like that.
Nice, man. Well, shoot. This has been great. I know football is back, and I know you're a big USC fan, and I think they play. What time do they play today?
USC play at 10.
Okay. Oh, they play tonight, late night.
I'm on the conference call.
Look, you over here parenting already.
Right.
They don't let you get a moment.
Right.
That's like that's stuff to do. But we're gonna let you get out of here. We're gonna let you go tend to your flock. As I counted, you got a whole football team. You got a whole starting lineup right now.
8 now. Yeah, 8.
Look, you just need
5 girls, 3 boys.
Look, that just means you got to play on the team, and y'all can fill the whole offense.
Put me in coach. I'm just coaching.
Well, shoot, man, this is fun. Tell them where they can find you at. Tell them what you got coming up next or coming up soon.
They can find me at my website at Schewitz is funny with an IZ, SCHEWITZ, IZ funny.com. You can listen to me on Spotify at Schewitz is funny, off the highway, and any social media.
Wait, did you say Spotify? Did you?
Spotify.
You said sound like you said Spotify for a minute.
Spotify. Yeah, that's what I said. What is Spotify?
It's Spotify. You know, as I've gotten older black men, I feel like we just pronounce things any way we want to. Like for now, it's Spotify. That's that's how I get down now. All right, there you go. You can check out Schewitz at Schewitz is funny on the IG, ShevitzIsfunny.com on his website. And man, we had a blast talking about. We learned a lot. We almost got him to read Art of War and Mend Some Relationships. That may not be what happens, but if they make it into a movie, he will be in attendance. And we learned about the plays, man.
Make it into a live action play.
It to the live action play. Learn about these kids, how to discipline them, the difference between discipline and beating, and all that good stuff. I don't know, man. We've done a lot in this episode, so I don't think there's anything left for us to say. But BLERDDAD out.